Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is my very first bullet journal for January 2018. I'm really excited to show you what I've done, mistakes that I've made. Also, you get to learn a little bit about my channel. Here we go, let's get started. So let's first get started with this cover. At first, I started to use this particular journal for just my YouTube posts and my new YouTube channel, but it's not really working. So what I'm going to do for the next video is I am going to redo this cover with new graphics, and it's not just going to be a YouTube bullet journal. It's just going to be a bullet journal for my personal life and also logging some other things. When I first got started with the bullet journaling, which was about a week ago, I had another journal, which is this one. And I started out really well, just decorating, trying to figure out what my theme would be for the month. And I've had a very difficult time. It's incredibly overwhelming starting a bullet journal, as you guys may already know. This is my first beginning. It's really crazy. Too much stuff on here. This is just, I guess, my mind putting out all of the information that I had, all the ideas that I had, and it just didn't work out. Didn't like it. This is what I started out. I was trying to figure out how to write in calligraphy. Of course, again, that is very difficult to do as well. And it was incredibly hard to actually put together a theme, as you can see. I started another theme thinking this would give me some inspiration. I was gonna do maybe the beach and the seas, perhaps. Didn't ever finish, as you can see. Then I started on some more calligraphy, and that didn't work either. I just practiced and practiced and practiced until I gave up. And that was about 3 days ago. Then I started on my new ideas. I actually created my little children here. They're, of course, a big part of my life. Me and my husband, we have 4 kids, and they're really, really great children. I wanted them to be a part of my journal. But then I realized I'm not going to write so much about them. This is really going to be a personal journey for me. So I changed my mind and I decided to just start all over. So this journal in particular will be my practice for all my calligraphy and trying out some other ideas. So I got to this journal. And I actually got this journal. It was $5, buy one, get one free at Michael's. It was a really good journal to start with for me because it was really, really large, and it got me a really enough space to put in what I wanted to put in. I have a lot of thoughts, and those smaller journals didn't work for me. When I first started, I decided that I wanted to create my first page, and this was the original design here. And I decided I didn't want any purple in it. Okay, so I scratched this idea, but I still saved it. I think it's really, really pretty, but I probably will end up cutting out the hexagons at some point and use them for a different spread. It's really pretty, but I didn't like it so much because it had too much purple and grays in it. So I changed it, moved it on. So what I decided to do is start doing my bullet journaling for the whole year based off of where I want to travel in the future. So this particular journal, this particular spread, I want to actually dedicate to the Southern Blue Mountains. That's for January. I began with 2018 over here. This is a calligraphy that I actually found online. Don't remember what site I got it from, but I kind of copied it. I'll put it down in the description bar below. And I actually got better with my calligraphy. So I did a year at a glance with all of the months here, and I wrote them with different micron pens. So I purchased these micron pens, .005, which is a smaller one, and also .02, and they write really well. I really like them. I've always liked them. Next, I want to talk about my spread. So I'm sorry I'm all over the place. This is my first time doing the video, but I hope you enjoy it. It's these based on the southern Blue Mountains in Oregon. They have these blue mountains that are so beautiful, especially in the wintertime. It's almost like they turn blue, and I wanted to dedicate my bullet journaling for this particular month, for January 2018. And my whole year will be dedicated to new beginnings. I want my new beginnings in January to start here. I actually have 8 hexagons. The number 8 means new beginnings. Number 7 means completion. I believe I completed a lot of things last year, and now I'm going to start from what I completed, and all things in part of my life. I want to create new beginnings in January. So as you can see, this paper is relatively thin, and it's very loud. As you can hear, it's not very smooth. It has lots of ghosting, and it has lots of bleed through too. What I did was I used watercolors, and as you can see, it's very wrinkled. So it didn't take to the watercolor very well. But what I'm going to do is continue to use this paper because I don't want to waste it. So I'm going to continue to use this paper in this journal until it's finished. On this particular page, I wanted to talk about all the things that I've overcome throughout the month. So I'll list them here. I call it Thick and Thin Tracker. Through thick and thin, this is what I've come up with and what I've done. I have my calendar here with the mountains behind. I made a mistake. I wrote too many days of the week, so I ended up putting a task column here so I could fill in my tasks for the week. Most of my tasks I actually record in my calendar in my phone, so I won't put them in my bullet journal. So as you can see, this journal is really huge. I can't take it around and carry it with me, so I will be bullet journaling at home, and that's it. Not probably anywhere else, unless I go and relax at a Starbucks or something like that. As you can see, as I talked about earlier, I did start back calligraphying again, if that's a word. I started practicing all of my letters one by one, and decided that I don't have to be exactly like everybody that's doing calligraphy. I can kind of come up with my own thing, and that's what I'm comfortable with. I'm comfortable with creating my own calligraphy. A lot of it, of course, is similar to what everyone else is doing nowadays, and has done in the past, but I really like what I've done. All right, next I have my habit tracker. This is my habit tracker. I wanted to show you guys what I did. Instead of painting directly on the actual paper, I painted on these little pieces of paper. I purchased some this white paper I got from, I think it was Office Depot, and what it is professional matte photo paper, and it looks like this. It's professional matte photo paper, and it actually sucks up all of the watercolor paper. I know you can purchase watercolor paper, and I actually have some, but I didn't like the texture. It wasn't as smooth, so I purchased this, and it works out really nicely. So what I did was I painted my mountains, and as I painted my mountains, I took my after it dried, it only took maybe 30 seconds, maybe to a minute, and I just cut around all of my paintings, and just it just really made it really pretty, and also gave it somewhat of a 3D effect, and I really like that it's not bleeding through the paper anymore. I'm expecting that my next month's spread will be a whole lot prettier and maybe a little bit more, I don't know if you can have a professional bullet journal, but more to my liking. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, but I had to let go of my OCD a little bit so that I can start to enjoy the process. So because I started getting frustrated because I couldn't do the calligraphy, and then I got frustrated with the bleeding through the paper, and then I got frustrated with all of the other nuances that happens with a bullet journal. But I persevered. I'm going to work through it, and I'm going to get it done, and I am determined to be disciplined with this. So this is what it came out as, and what I would normally do, what I've done with this is I put on some Elmer's Extreme with school glue because I just happen to have this for my kids' project. I had a little bit left over, so I'm using this, or either I use my double stick tape from Scotch. It's 3M double stick tape. And I just take it and place it wherever I need to place them. Now, also with my habit tracker, I haven't really decided what I want to do in regards to the habit tracker. I haven't found a design I really like, so just to kind of get it out of the way, because it's just for tracking my habits, I just made lines. I put in the days of the month. I haven't put I put the dates of the month, not the actual dates of the month. I need to add that there. Also listed a few things up here that I want to track my habits with. And it was a lot of, if you can see here, it was a lot of ghosting. And so I tried to cover it up with my white paint pen. And the paint pen that I had, it was definitely not bright enough for this particular paper. So it looks a little bit like creamy instead of white, bright white. I also tried out this whiteout, and it was though it was effective in covering, it was not very white at all either. So if you guys could just tell me in the comments what's the whitest paint that I can get, that would be super great. All right, next I want to talk about, this is my next page. I have ideas for videos. Just kind of making it really simplistic. I don't want to put too much on this page in regards to decoration, because I know I'm going to be writing a lot for January, because I'm just starting out my YouTube channel. And here is my next page, which is my to-do list. I have a lot of things to do. I didn't want to do a daily log of my my habits, or not my habits, a daily log of what I have to do, because I just have so many things to do throughout the day, and I don't want to track them daily. Sometimes they move over into the next day, which could likely be answered by using the key that a lot of bullet journals have, but I don't want to use a key. It's just too much stuff. So I just really need to make sure I keep up with it. So I want to be as simple as possible. So I continued on with my hexagons down here at the bottom. It's actually upside down. So that's another mistake that I made. I needed to pay attention to where I was putting the art. So I didn't want to pull it up. I put double stick permanent tape there. So I'm definitely not going to be moving that at all. Here, I'm just going to put some artwork here. I'm probably going to put some printables. I look forward to what it's going to look like after I'm done in January, at the end of January. Just going to put some pictures of where I want to go, which is the Southern Blue Mountains in Oregon. The next thing is my pain tracker. I actually have fibromyalgia, and some days are better than others. I wanted to track how my pain relates to my diet, or how it relates to my stress levels. So at the end of the month, I can kind of see and track. I'm gonna write notes here of what I noticed throughout the month of where my pain got worse or where it got better. Here is now a line a day. I'm just going to write down a line a day. I don't have a whole lot of time to journal throughout the day, as I have a husband and 4 kids. It's very, very busy. I have a full-time job, and I'm trying to start a YouTube channel and several other things. I work for a nonprofit organization, and I'm a fundraiser, always doing grants and always stressed out. So I just really want to come back, and I do want to focus my day about some things that I remembered, and kind of focus at the end of the day. Maybe some positive things that I found in my reading or in my studies throughout the day. I just want to put a line a day. So I have, of course, several pages dedicated to this. Later on, I might end up journaling even more. I might have more than one line a day, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. Also, I have notes here. Just wanted to place a notes section just in case. I have some additional notes that won't fit in my one-liners. I'll put it here. Here is what I call my brain dump page. I actually call it a free mind. At the end of the month, whatever I have left over from the month that I haven't done or that I want to complete practicing or complete planning or implementing or evaluating, for that matter, I want to place here in my free mind section. I really like how I did these mountains. I'm really excited for my blue moon because a lot of things that I really used to like before I started having kids, that I used to really enjoy doing, I don't do anymore. I want to focus those things too and kind of think about what I can start doing again. Here's my doodles page. I actually really like these printables. I mean, well, not printables. They're kind of paintables for me. What I did here, I think I'm wanting to create some stickers next. And so this is my doodle page, and this is my final page for my whole entire month. So that's my month of January at a glance. I'm really excited that I finally got it done. I'm really excited that I'm finally starting my YouTube channel. By the way, I recognize that I didn't mention the name of my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Simply Dixon, and pretty much what it's going to be is a channel that shows how I'm making my life a whole lot easier, and also keeping track of how I am accomplishing my goals and how I'm making my life a whole lot better. And I hope that I can help to make everybody else's lives, whoever's watching, make their lives better or easier as well. Well, this is it for my January bullet journal. And this is Simply Dixon. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please comment down at the bottom any comments or any criticisms that you might have, constructive criticisms. I would love to hear from you, love to hear your comments and any suggestions that you might have for next month's theme. Please holler at me. I appreciate you. You guys have a great one. Bye.